Alright guys, I am Stealth. We are back for part 2. Now, back at Eldora, back in a super. Now, you're to the point to where you can carry through a corner. Maybe even you're trying to go 3/4 to full throttle through a corner and you're having a problem to where either A, you're, you're over rotating, spinning out, or 2, you can't carry the angle through the corner. You just don't have the power to carry the angle through the corner. Now, the first little tip, let's actually park. I'll go through all the tips first and then we'll run. So the first thing that I want to say is that the more the more angle you want, that's directly related to your throttle. So the more throttle you're giving the car, the more angle the car will have. The more the back end will want to kick out. So if and this would be more used in a situation that you're running in a pack with a group, because there's, like I'll go over in another video, there's a difference between driving in an actual race and doing a fast qualify lap. It's completely different. When you're in a race, you can't go full throttle the whole time. You can't run your best line because maybe someone else is in the way. You can't do it. So let's say that you're behind someone and you're going half throttle, 3/4, and you're noticing it's not wanting to carry through the corner. It just seems like it wants to drive through the corner. Give it a little bit more gas. Maybe come on a little bit earlier. Maybe when you let off, come on a little bit sooner, so that way the back end has time to kick out quicker. Now that would only be able to be used for that. I I think I said this in the last video. The second tip is running. I call it running it back. I work at a dirt track, and my family raced growing up, so it was something I was always around as a kid. And it seemed like when I was a kid, uh, that when you watched them, it seemed like they'd come into a corner, they're all the way on the gas, and they're turned all the way right. They're just holding the counter steer. That's all they're doing. But as I got older and you watch it, you realize that they're, although they're holding it, yes, when they need that angle, they'll pull it back left just a little bit. If you watch, they'll hold right, but their wheels will just kick just a little bit to the left so they can keep that angle up. And this is something for trying to run a fast lap, or maybe you're trying to catch someone in front of you, because let's say you're all the way on the gas, you can't let off and you can't go faster to give it more angle. So at that point, to get the angle you need, you have to hold the counter steer and then pull the wheel back left a little, and just make sure that you keep catching the counter steer. You'll feel it in the wheel. You'll know when you get it in the right spot. But that's one of the main things is people, one, try and hold the counter steer the whole time, or two, they don't understand that the more throttle they're giving the car, the more angle the car is going to have. And I'll go over this in a driving in the slick video, because that's a whole nother animal. But don't overdrive the car. There's no reason to be coming through the corners or coming through the straightaways like this. Like, don't overdrive the car. Calm down. Everybody else can drive it straight. You can do it too. I promise. So I'll give some examples. Like I said about the throttle, if you watch, if I just, let's go out here because I'm going to end up wrecking doing this. So if I come out here and I just hold it straight, well, I have to turn in, and I hold it straight. Me giving that much throttle gave the car the angle. So that's what I'm trying to get at when I say that your throttle is directly linked to your angle in the car. So if you're coming in and you're noticing that you're too much angle or not enough angle, so you're coming through and maybe you're in a real race and you're like this and you want more angle, give it gas and you'll carry that angle out. And what I was saying about running it back, because at least that's what I call it. because you can't, if you're flat out, you can't press the gas harder. So you let out, and then run it back, run it back. When you need that angle, come in, run it back, run it back. And I like to run the bottom line. That's just me. Most people don't like running the bottom line on Eldora, but that's what I like. That's where I'm comfortable. So just remember, the the two most important are that your throttle control is linked to your gas, and that two, don't forget that sometimes you got to run the wheel back. You got to turn left sometimes. You got to turn left to go right sometimes. That's just the way it is. And the third thing is don't overdrive the car. Just just calm down. Spend plenty of time getting used to the car, getting knowing when, if I come in like this and I let off at this time, the car will do this. It's all about learning the car. Take your time with it. The better you know the car, the better you're going to do. Just period. So, I appreciate you guys watching. Look out for part 3. Part 3 will be driving in the slick, and that is going to be a whole nother world, I promise you. So I hope you guys have a good day, and we'll see y'all later.